Kamusta? Gapangita kabalasang tambayang makabanding-banding kag makaistorya, hindi na magkabalaka. Ari na ang mga tito na tropa-tropa. This is your Tito Jico.
And this is your Tito Jolo.
And you're listening to
Tito Talks.
Hop, yaman ni Popcorn. Kamusta sa liwat sa mga pinalangga nga tigpalamati nga nagaupod sa amon uyang sang ilang nga tiyempo.
Yes! So, salamat gid sa mga nagapamati sa amon sa pag-uyang sa tiyempo.
Once again, this is your Tito Jico.
And this is your Tito Jolo.
Mag-o naman nga episode nga magpakinulit kita sa subong nga tinion. Continuation na sa sang last time nato ng episode. Ano yung title, brada?
Ang previous episode natin is wrong reasons to enter in a relationship, part 1. So
subong?
today,
Part 2.
part 2.
Nice.
Yes. And of course, syempre, here with us, our guest last week.
No, return of the comeback.
The return of the comeback, right?
yeah.
Hello, Miss Dandy, Miss Teach. Kamusta bong?
Okay, gid.
Okay, good.
Okay,
Mayo, man nga hapon na.
Mayo man nga hapon. Mayong adlaw sa inyo tanan. Yes. And yeah, ikaw bro, kamusta yung mga week sa bong?
Basa, most of the time ako nilabhan. Salamat sa ulan. Hindi madalas ang spinner sa washing machine. Di kasama yung mga brown out.
Ako ganito kay, tagululan na sa bong is June. And sa mga kauturan naman nga kapamati, halong gid kamo sa sakit nga dengue.
Magsuksok kid ang helmet antes magtulog. Kapag maghabol, mag-drive na para hindi malamukan. Wala lang. Sure ko lang man.
Okay, so I think hindi na natin pagpadugayon pa. We're going to what we mentioned last week, what we have shared last week. We believe that kulang to siya. So we're going to add more things for us to be informed and for us to know the things that we need to do and the right reasons for us to enter in a relationship. Yes. Oh.
Di, gainom po ko diyo, kalmalong bala.
Okay, kape
Ano
na
itong
rin.
gini nga na mga points naton last episode nga, diba?
Ang aton nga points last
recap
episode.
ta lang.
Number 1, actually. Number 1, there is
need pangangailangan or sense of pangangailangan.
yes.
Dukilan lang mo na gid, mo na siya.
So,
Ikadua,
it's a wrong reason, right?
Ay, of course.
Kung pamatyagan nimo.
of course.
Yes. And I think siguro number 2. Oh, yes, pressure.
Pressure.
Oo. Pressure. 'Di ba? Syempre, especially when you are young adults, you are prone to pressure with your friends, with your family. But of course, as we had mentioned last week, don't allow yourself to be pressured. Okay? Syempre, when you're pressured, you tend to decide isang hindi manami. Wrong things.
When
Wrong
you're
decisions.
pressured, you're not sure.
Yeah, you're not pressured, you're not sure. So if you're pressured, you're not sure. Something like that. Next.
Ang late night talks.
Late night talks.
Yun, late night talks.
Wikid.
Oo, late night talks.
Naging maunod nga diskusyon. Ang
Lagi kita
ika-apat,
nagdugalasik, no? Ang ika-apat?
physically, hindi ko
Physical
magsala.
attraction.
Physical attraction.
Nice.
Wow. Sige. Sir, dugangan tayo na ina sa mga hapon.
Tugangan tagi din na.
Dugangan tayo na siya. Oo.
Kaya way kita yung nagkulang. Siya lang. Charing. Sige. Wala ni pakatuan ako mga ugot-ugot eh. Proceed na kita sa unang punto sa ikaduwa nga episode.
Yun. Sige.
Bring it
Dapat
on,
mo na,
brother.
bro. Sige. Ako? Ako muna.
Patuskon kita dire.
Tapos ko lumpia. Lumpiang.
Nagutom na kita.
Sige. I think let's lapag ko ng number 1.
Lapag mo.
No, wrong reasons. I think if you're don't enter in a relationship if your goal is not marriage.
Yun.
Okay. Yes,
just
again,
wanna have fun.
don't enter in a relationship if your goal is not marriage. Okay? So, kung ikaw nagsulot ka man lang sa relationship, kag ang gusto mo mahampang-hampang lang just to have fun, I would suggest kung ikaw lalaki, don't play with the emotions of the ladies. Okay? Hindi na siya playground. Okay? If you want to be entertained, go somewhere else. Right?
Sakto na.
The emotion of the ladies, I mean, they're not playground. Okay? You can go somewhere else for you to be entertained. Okay? In every things that we do, we should have goal. Right? If there's no goal, then most likely we'll end why kita kabalo kung din kita napulutan.
Sakto.
Right? Siguro some of you might ask me, paano hindi man lang kamo, di ba? At least you have set a goal in your mind that I want to marry this lady. But we have to understand also that there are some circumstances that in our life that somehow prevented us from achieving our goal, right? But again, I believe this. You know, if your goal to enter, kumbaga, if marriage is not goal in entering a relationship, then most likely you can go somewhere else, right? Just for you to be entertained.
Sakto na, brother. So, ang balatsagon sa isa ka babae, hindi ina playground.
Yes, hindi na
Bis
siya
ka ng
playground.
tsura do siso, dikit pagampangi. Kagang tsura sang laki do bang kibar, dikit pagampangi.
Tsaka na.
Okay, kumpleto ko man. Hindi lang ba, laki man.
Oo, I mean,
Bis kan tsura na do si Woody sa Toy Story, kag si Buzz Lightyear, hindi kit.
hindi gid baga pangi.
Kag hindi na sila pang display kasi.
Hindi gid man nami nga hampangan ng emotions ng isa ka tao.
Sakto na.
Hindi gid man nami.
Hindi wala ka tinugtingog ato.
Wala ka tigyo mga kababayan sa diyaw na ano man, oo. Oo.
Nahampangan na kami before.
Basta naka-off yung mic, wala man, naka-on.
Alright.
Nahampangan ka mo before.
Nampangan ka mo.
Oo, pero
Wala mo sa isulot yun lang, brother, sa isa ka relasyon o sa isa ka pag-pursue na bla, mga dating, mga muna.
yes.
Sa mga nagahampang-hampang dang kaluluoy ang
I think siguro
ang kaluluoy kaya ang
babae.
Babae, isa lalaki, mga brother.
Oh, okay, sige.
May mga lalaki, mga ginahampangan mo. Hindi lang
sure.
puro babae. Ang
That's
kaluluoy sinadira, ang ginaseryoso gid. Ginaseryoso
Yeah.
yeah. Nga muna nga bagay bla.
Yeah.
Why siya kabalo ginahampang-hampang na sa lalaki o
Oo.
hampang-hampang na sa isa ka hampang-hampang na sa babae. Sa iya o sa lalaki man. Ang kaluluoy sinadira ang wala kabalo kung anong what's up.
That's true.
Sa muna nga
And some of you might ask, Sir, bro, Tito Jaco, Tito Jolo, I'm still high school. To, Inday, habalunta ka mo, pag-eskwela ka mo, danay. Okay? Because in your season, you're expected to finish your studies. Kaya nga, kung dungano nyo na, basi wala ka mo si may matapos. Okay? Mungkin na.
Tingala mo ko, ay mo kami natapos kay. Joke lang. Huya mo ko sa mga professor ko. Prof, kung kapamatay ka man, liyog lang. Huwag mo naging ko mga listener, bulakbol naging ko hindi man. I have my fair share of fun and heartaches man sang high school ko.
Yeah. Pero amo na siya. I mean, for example, for men, sorry, I think for boys, okay, hindi nyo ikagwapo kung sige ka mo hampang-hampang sa emotions ng mga ladies. It
Sakto
just make
na.
you stupid. Okay? I have to use this word. Okay? It just you just make yourself stupid.
Hindi mo
Okay.
na kagwapo, kaglabaw sa tanan kung laway ka nang adaan.
Laway ka pagid.
Kag mula mo pwede ba? Double kill na yung kalaway mo ya.
Kag sa mga ladies man, okay.
Wala context niya nagamba lang kuya.
I mean,
Kasi may mabuno sa tan sa gwaron lang.
okay.
Sige
Sige
na,
mga
Tuga.
ladies, of course, don't also play with the emotions of the men, right?
Sakto na.
Hindi gina siya ginampangan dapat. Don't play with others' emotion. And for me, if your goal is not marriage, then don't enter in a relationship, right? Okay lang na kung kagulingan mo, masakitan mo.
May mga pamangkot yung mga guests
Kasi may
natin.
mga ka mo.
Hindi lang siya applicable for men, but to both. You should have
Oo.
the same goal.
That's true.
Sakto na.
It should be clear from the very beginning na you're courting the lady and the lady is answering you yes because yung goal yung dalawa is for marriage.
Yeah. That's true. I agree.
Si Miss
I think
Stitch, basta may
should
gusto
be
siya nga isugpon.
both sides, both parties should have the same goal. Yeah.
Miss Stitch?
Nulain ako sa isip, kuya, what if bikong arranged marriage sila nga duwa?
Arranged marriage.
Well,
Arranged
coming from the
marriage.
culture, balasang Arab nations, no?
Ah,
So,
maybe sa dasan istoryahan na mga mo nga part.
Wala inato na situational man lang
Oo,
niya.
may situational.
If may ara ka man lang sang luxury to choose kung
choose.
sino ang pakasla mo hindi, then hindi ka magsulod sa relationship kung wala na sa mind mo.
Yes.
But when it comes sa cultural naman nga bagay or something to do with sa beliefs ng ibang nga
pero
tao,
actually, kung tanong mo, bisan cultural siya, it's very clear that the goal is marriage.
Yeah.
oh, exactly.
So, but the only question there is ang love. How long it will last. Diba? Pero we cannot question because kung culture man ang ginaistoryahan and if not, commitment matters. So, da mo ba lang makita and ma-appreciate na when you commit yourself, it doesn't need for you to know everything and all in all for that person. Because commitment matters.
Pero question, I have encountered this. How do you gauge when you are ready for marriage?
When you are whole.
When you're whole?
Yes.
When you're whole.
And timing.
Yeah.
If you're entering in a relationship na clear
Yeah.
for you, di ba? Hindi man ta magsulod sa relationship kung wala kita ga
And-
goal sa marriage. But when the marriage become fantasy,
Yeah.
and amo na yung ginatulok mo, the marriage convenience lang,
Mhm.
I think hindi siya fair
Yeah.
sa isa sa partner mo.
Yeah, and also one of the things that I've learned in the past that you know that you're ready for marriage when you can say that you're willing to die for that person.
You're willing to
Die.
To die.
Yeah,
Today.
syempre, yeah, I mean, it's commitment, right?
Yes.
Yes. Diba na siya bala? I mean, yeah, that's it, right? Somehow it could be a gauge na for us.
There's change in the process kasi.
Yeah.
But what binds you together when you're already in the marriage is your covenant to God.
Yeah.
So we cannot really assume, or I mean, hindi natin siya ma-foresee, not unless you both knows that your relationship is ang center is si God. Kung hindi si God, ay both
Yeah.
of you, alam naman natin na individually we want to get married. Diba? Pero kung hindi
Each
si
one of
God
us,
ang,
we have
kung
that-
hindi si God ang goals ang inyong
Yeah.
marriage, no.
Yeah, exactly.
Question lang ko basta may naga-think ba ni sa mga listener naton nga a marriage kid how? Nga marriage kid.
I mean,
nga goal kitang you know.
What else could be the goal if it is not marriage? Diba? What else could be the goal?
Experience?
Experience?
Well,
I mean, feelings. I mean, you want to be inspired, right? Diba? I mean, it should be the marriage.
If it is
Sa bagay.
not, then maybe
That's
something
right.
that you have to learn.
Yeah.
May pinapa-learn bawat isa sa atin. If it is not as well, maybe you're testing if this is the one. Pero it is unfair because, yun na nga, people change in the process. And if that person is not really, yung faith niya is not built on what it should be as far as relationship is concerned in the eye
Yeah.
of God, you end up hurting each other.
Yeah. Wow. Number 1 pa lang na pero
Maunod.
mainit ang discussion.
Maunod.
Number 1 pa lang na pero mainit ang discussion. Pero again, marriage should be the goal in every relationship. Right? Marriage should
Alright.
be the goal. Yeah. Bro, number 2 na before pa mag-init ulo natin.
Number two. Sige, ikaduwa nga puntos, timing.
Timing. Oh.
Ano bot silingon sini? Anong bot silingon sini? Hindi naman maligar nga may biological clock ang mga tao.
Yeah.
Yung mga babae,
Especially
ginakonsider
babae.
mga babae, oo. Ginakonsider nila nga magtukod sa pamilya, sa amo nga
Yes.
edad, sa muling una, kaya ginapadumdum nila ang ilang capability sa mag-produce, bla. Wala man malain sina.
Yeah.
Wala man malain sina.
I mean,
I mean,
that's-
imo na yung direktion or decision sa life.
Mhm.
Kag kilala mo man ay consider by the way. Pero kung ang tayong gusto mo lang gadya is wala, gusto mo lang gadya nga gusto ko sa muning makapamilya na gid ko, makabata na gid ko. Relagson ko gini muna blahaw. Do pili mo do race bla. Dugo palong baanay ang akong classmate to duwa na bata niya. Ako subong gina into pa ko gyapon, mas bata pa sa akon. Bang. Wala ako may ginatumot. Pero manabla do feeling mo do kakakulihot ka na.
Tapos pila ka na magninong sa bunya, sa
Oo.
sa mga
Kapila ka
bunyag.
na nag-story sang my home. Pagka next week may my home ka naman nga bago. Okay. Ano ko palang takabalay? May mga
Kapila ka na
division.
Kapila ka na nag-attend sa mga weddings ng imo mga friends. Di ba?
Nakikaon ka sang cordon bleu.
Di ba?
Oo, lechon. Pero hindi amo na, mabalik mo na Japan sa hindi magdali. You
Yeah.
know? Ipo mo lang ng rason mo kay para maka-establishar ka na sa kuli sa imo kabuhi. May tendency na ambot lang sa iba na, pero the way how I look at it, sa ako niya, ang mga tao nga gadali magkapamilya, kapakabadali maka-establishar, nga dapat makabatagit sila, dapat amo ni, dapat amo na. Nga do ang tuwag ni, ang drive yabla.
Oo.
Nga gusto yun alaboton, ang drive sina, may tendency mga muna ang atawi mo lang nila investment ang mga kabataan nila mo.
Yes.
May tendency nga muna, ano ginatalian mo? Kaya para kung magtigulang kami masagod si mo, nga sa muni mong edad na makabata ka na, tapos kung magtigulang ka na, medyo dako-dako ng mga bata kag makasupport si mo. May mga muna tao nga kung selfish ang imong motivation sa pag-start sa family, ang endpoint sa selfishness man Japon.
Yeah, exactly.
So wala man ang point ko. So
in marriage, magwa gina siya.
so kailanlan gid panumdumon, kag kailanlan gid hindi pagdalian.
Take your time.
Take your time.
Oo.
Let's say kung na
14 ako, B.
40 ka na, una hindi pa tayo 40, so hindi ta pa na mabatsagan nga muna nga rush blaw nga hingagahon tagid.
Hindi ka sure.
Oo, hindi ka sure. Wala, pero amo na, hindi niya palumbaanay. Ang magpakapamilya, hindi niya palumbaanay. Piska na ano ka pressure sa imo sa pamilya mo nga gaya na ko apo na gaya na ko sa hindi na itong bana mo.
Tanami apo mo ko ba? Mamo na mula.
Oo, na may apo mo papati-bati lang bla.
Oo.
Tek kung ang afford mo pa lang yan subong yatag sila kuring, ido, tutoy, hamster. Okay lang man na kaya mo pa lang afford mo.
Yeah.
Hindi mo kailangan pa pressure. Kaya in the end of the day, hindi man sila mainis ang diapers ng bata mo, ikaw man. Ikaw man mapula bugtaw, ikaw man mawaugta sa bana mo. Kung hindi man sila.
And somehow it is parallel with the pressure that we have mentioned last
Yeah.
week.
That's right. So connected siya.
Connected siya.
So kung concern mo lang is biological clock, kung natabuan nga lagpas ka na sa kalendaryo,
May bingo pa.
may bingo pa. Kung wala na gadya, might be it's another opportunity man sa inyo nga mag-asawa to open your home sa mga unfortunate children sa or mga orphanage kaya kailan naman sa mga mana. Pwede nyo na ma-consider kung gusto nyo gadya sa bata.
Oo. Yes, ma'am. May ambal ka.
Wala.
Ang learning lang da siguro. I mean, learning good and ang solution is you pray. While waiting, you pray.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Because in waiting, you have to invest time as well. So it's
in
right.
waiting, what?
You have to invest time. I mean, waiting
Exactly.
involves time.
Mm.
And while you're waiting, there's a result of patience. Diba? And it's one way then your character is molded or in the process of waiting, namumold yung character mo.
Yes.
So, don't rush.
Yeah, don't
If
rush.
the person or yung guy nagmamadali na sagutin mo siya, it's a no. Don't say yes.
It's a red flag.
No. It's a red
Consider,
flag.
yeah.
Yeah.
And it will end up that he will manipulate or control the timing and everything.
Mhm.
And it's selfishness. It's right that when you rush things, pause and pray. Don't
Yeah.
be selfish.
Mhm.
Assess your environment, assess yourself first. Because at the end of the day, it is you who will be living with that guy. Diba?
Exactly.
Kasi nga, timing, parallel din siya sa marriage.
Question, how do you know it's the time?
Well, if it gives clarity.
Mm.
If
Clarity.
you don't see doubt and hesitation.
Yes.
But if you see there's doubt, then you just answer because the guy needs it so, and you're so nice to say yes because you don't want to ruin what was established, then it's a no. It's a no.
Wow. Those are straight points from Miss Dandy.
Yes.
Kasi hindi pinipersang pag-ibig.
Yun, hindi pinipilit.
We don't force love.
Yeah.
And force requires pressure and time.
Mm.
So, if someone is pressuring you, it's a no. Unless work to Hindi naman to work, di ba? Work iba. Kasi alam mo na you have to deliver the result. That's why
Yes.
there should be a pressure. Especially if deadline na. But, being in a relationship or if you're entering in a relationship, there's no pressure.
Mm.
We're just pressure around us because we are too selfish to see ourselves to be like with others.
Nice. Bars.
Wars, alright.
Unang puntos, Miss Nandi. Ibigay ko sa'yo.
Yeah, that's true. Miss, may add ka, Miss.
Miss Teach,
Wala na.
would you like to add something?
Dami aragi na yan.
Aray.
Ako siguro is God's timing will not really confuse you.
Yeah.
And it will really give you peace.
Mm.
Siguro at my age, at my age,
At your
Di ba
age. Walang 37 ka na, Miss, no?
mga 37. Joke lang, hindi. Ako sa age na akong parents is already old enough na para sa ila is it's a really right age for me to get married already. And usually the pressure there is, syempre hamba nila, basta hindi na ako malabutan sa kalibutan, kag hindi ko makita apo mo. Makita apo ko, doon mo na.
Magdagalaga, no? Maglagas-lagas sa punin na.
Ganda-ganda.
Oo.
But for me, it's actually everything has its own season naman eh. I always told them na hindi pa akong time. It's not the right time for me to settle down. It's because na para sa akon, wala pa ako at the right, parang di pa ako at peace na mag-settle down. And di pa ako at peace na nakakita na ako ng guy for me. So,
Wow.
I'm actually really praying as of now for general, no specific person, general, na ito yung mga standards na ina-ask ko from the Lord. And that really gives me peace the same time na hindi ko sinusunod. Parang nagdi-disobey ako but it's not disobedience kasi you're actually doing it for the Lord naman. And yun, yung always ko sinasabi sa parents ko na everything has its own time. So,
Yes.
darating din tayo sa time na magsisettle down. And if the Lord permits na makita mo pa yung mga apo mo, then the Lord will really permit it to happen. Diba? So, that's it.
Yes.
To sum it
That's
all,
right.
siguro, Ecclesiastes 3:11, He makes all things beautiful in His time.
Amen.
In
Yes
His
naman.
time.
Yeah. I just want to ask, I'm just curious, the two of you. We've been friends for quite some time, di ba? Wala na, almost a year. Almost, I know si Clau, we've been friends for more than a year because nakasama kami sa isang work. And also, I just want to ask, what are your when it comes to standards? What are your, siguro your standards? So, oo.
Tapos ka na,
Standards.
Oo.
No,
Tito Jake, are you done with timing?
Ay, standards.
No,
oo.
when okay na na-settle naman ng sang point sa time. I'm more interested sa mga sabat sa aton ng mga guests right now.
Oh.
Pamatiyan, sa gusto nga i-emphasize ni Teach.
Ayun. Oh, yes. Oo. Sige, Miss, ikaw muna.
Sige, for standards, wow.
It's one of the discussion.
Wrong reasons
Wrong
to
reasons.
enter.
It's your
But
standards.
should be as well a good reasons man to enter in a relationship.
Okay.
But, sige, magkadto kita danay sa wrong reasons. So, paano mo mahambal na sa wrong reason standard? Sometimes, no, if we have our reasons, like standards, ay, nakita ko na ang standard ko sa amo nga person. but you haven't you haven't really clarified with the Lord. You haven't prayed for it. If nakita ko na, Lord, ang standards nga ginapangamuyo ko sa imo, is he or she the one for me? Pero wala mo clarify. So, sang nakita mo na siya, and you think he or she is the one, parang magda-dive in ka na. Diba? There are some standards na red flags, and there are some standards na green flags as well. But, and the question dira is, those standards mag-work out ba talaga? Kasi
Okay.
not all of our standards makikita siya sa isang person. So what if that standard nga ginapray mo sa Ginoo, hindi mo siya makita?
Yeah.
Diba? It really questioned us, baka or basta hindi siya ang para sa
Oh,
ako.
baka hindi siya yung para
Oo.
sa'yo.
Baka hindi siyang the one. And
Oo.
often, we have our negotiables
And non-negotiables. Yun.
So what would be our non-negotiables and negotiables?
Yeah.
Mga non-negotiables ba natin pwede na siya ma-change to negotiable?
Oo.
And our negotiable to non-negotiable. So there's a lot. It's okay to have standards naman, di ba? It's really okay and it's really good para hindi kita ma-fall into ninjas. Di ba, girls? Para hindi kita ma-fall into ninjas.
At least nakategorize, di ba? Non-negotiables and negotiables.
Yeah, it's okay. And also, siguro add ko lang dira is, we should not too obsessed with the standards na ginset naton sa isang guy. For example, if you are actually...
Oh, basta gusto mo mga K-pop, oh, di ba?
Yeah.
Trip mo yan, si
Diba?
Kim Soo-yun.
If you are fond of watching K-dramas,
Yun.
di ba? We always fantasize dira yung mga guys, yung mga
Mga
girls.
gentleman, di ba? Na, nangaulan. Tapos,
May dala
di ba,
payong
may
na
mga
transparent.
dalapayong. Tapos may magahigot sa imo sa
Slow mo.
Diba?
As beautiful life. Beautiful day. Diba?
I don't know what will be the probability of the guys nga amo na subong, but I don't think so. I think maybe miara
Miara.
mga muna nga
Oo.
guys. Hindi ko lang siya na-experience syempre kay wala man ko kaagi sa mga munang relationship. Get?
Oh, and BSB ka, miss?
No, I'm not. Proud pa yaman.
Magkakaribilan tayo dito.
Kakarevealan tayo.
Sama na, we should not really fantasize ang aton nga standards kasi pag nafa-fantasize natin, we get to discourage that person.
Exactly.
Diba?
Yeah.
And also, the reason there that we should have standards, first is you should really ask discernment from the Lord.
Yes.
If these standards fit in talaga sa guy, and even though nakita mo na yung standards mo to that person, you ask the Lord, it's he or she is the one for me.
Yeah.
Hindi ka talaga magda-dive in kasi baka marami ka pang manonotice, madidiscover at the
yeah.
future, and it will really get you discouraged the end. And basta mag-end up pa na magka-question ka, Lord, I thought he or she's the one for me. Bakit marami pa akong nakikitang na red flags? Kung pwede man lang nung sabton ko sa Ginoo, sala mo man, kaya nga nag-dive in ka dayon.
Can you give us example of red flags?
Red flags.
When it comes to standard sa guy.
Ako kasi, my standard is more on spiritual aspect
Ayun,
of a
spiritual
guy.
aspect. We would like to hear from you.
Yeah, my standard is is really that the guy will really have that leadership, firm leadership na i-lead ka talaga sa kay Lord. That it will not lead you to the world, but to the word of the Lord. So that's the first priority. That's the first standard na non-negotiable sa akin. And it will not change. It will not change talaga.
Non-negotiables.
That's non-negotiable. And I really like a guy na very firm as well with all his decisions. Kasi yeah, kasi guy siya. Hindi naman, it's really negotiable naman. Kasi for me,
But there are times that siguro yung guy nag-grow pa. And there are times that guys are not really firm with
yes, they
how
are.
we decide things.
They are
But
guys.
at some point of our life, as we grow, somehow,
yeah,
we
it's
become
a growing
firmer.
process naman.
For example, mapili ka mo kung din kung makaon.
Yun.
Example na lang na.
Kiss
Diba?
abala.
Oo, dapat-
Kagamay
I
lang
agree
ng
with
So, may mga non-negotiable area man ng
Oo.
firmness ang guy. Mga
Yeah.
minor things.
Pero
Pero
actually, siguro it matters, man. Siyempre, I remember, I have this friend of mine.
friend of mine lang ba?
A friend of mine. I mean,
Kilala.
I'm just kidding, brother. Just kidding, brother.
oo, na gano'n siya. I mean, he advised me that, bro, dapat you have to be firm in your decision, even just where to eat. Even just, I mean, it's just a simple thing, but somehow for the other ladies, women, it matters.
Yeah, it's true. It's right. However, on how you deliver it, on how you communicate it to the woman matters.
Yes.
If it is something that you are, what's the term?
Check ko sobrang taday sa ka-oras mo.
Hindi naman. If it is something na pag-aawayan nyo,
Yeah.
I mean, you take the lead. You can lead the woman in minor things, even kung saan kumain, as long as it is communicated well.
Exactly.
And it won't prolong that it will end up to a fight and then end up going home without eating.
Ang ako naman take sa muna sa mga girls sa mga kababaihan. Please, ang nabalaan naman ni Moon palanggaon ka mo. Hindi kami mo pang manugpakot.
Correct.
Hindi kami graduate,
Correct.
why kami nag-graduate sa Hogwarts, hindi kami manugano. So kung ano man nga sorcery ang pangayo mo sa mo nga pakto naman ng unod sa ulo mo kung pamakotong ka naman kung hindi ka makaon sa bat mo sa mon kung diin landa. Why kami nakabalo kung sa diin na be clear ano gusto mo. Love, gusto ko sa chicken. Okay, ano gusto mo fried chicken o kung inasal. Gusto ko sang inasal o mang inasal. Ay hindi ko gusto sa mang inasal. Mangita kita sang kalanaan nga may inasal nga chicken
Diyos ina to, di ba?
mga manabla, just be
galing ang
clear.
lady nga, mamba, na whatever is served on the table.
Okay. Actually, gets ko man nga amo na ang taba ko ba mind sa mga babae, mga amo na lagi naman. Wala sila tag specific ka sabat kay maybe gina-test nyo kami kung kaano naman kamo kakilala
no.
o hindi
No,
man mo sigurado.
Hindi man. Actually, wala lang gid siya sang gusto at that time, siguro. And we just want you to take the lead. I mean, wherever you are,
Yeah.
the lady is happy to be with you.
Ay, hindi mo sure.
Diba? I mean sa mga restaurant. Kasi
Okay.
presence is the
Oh.
most important thing, the quality time that you're together.
Oh,
Pero
kasi-
if yung lady is may preference siya na talagang may gustong kainin, make it clear. Tama naman yung wag kang gumamit ng sorcery to make the guy comprehend na, oh, yun. Hindi naman. The guy
Masikilala lang
cannot
pa
read
na
our mind,
magtawas-tawas. Pala nyo ng tawas-tawas. Mga panawas. Ang kadila lang
Luya
yung patulang
pa,
sa
luya.
tubig na. Bala. Tapos may mga form nga figure. Kapaktod ko pa na, okay, gusto mo Angel's Burger. Kaya form yung food burger mo. Anyways.
I miss, I'm sorry.
Sorry. Nalingaw naman kita.
Siguro ba si emotional lang yun ang babae. Or sa stage of, sa iya, mga emotional stage, decisive siya.
Yeah.
How is it true? Nga may mga times nga babae nga like
May
amo
ara,
ginaayang mo na.
yeah, may mga ako stage of indecisive gid ko. So, ang stage of mga girl issues bala, it's very hard for us to decide.
That's why ganing designs ang Ginoo, man take the lead, woman help the man. Kay I mean bilang babae growing up na at the age of 12 I don't have a father anymore. I really look for someone who could, I mean hindi man look, but someone that could lead, that really could lead. Kay vulnerable, there are only few women who are very strong who can stand firm. We are weaker vessel, di ba?
Yeah.
Biblically speaking, women are weaker vessel, and
Yeah, that's-
even though now we are supporting men, but men should take the lead. But of course, we want to be
Malaki sana.
assured that the process of men on how to lead us is on the right path.
Yeah.
Kasi matahom na siya. Kita nga mga lalaki do hindi mo I'm not saying nga tanan.
Yeah.
But may mga lalaki nga sensitive sila when it comes sa kung di nila ma-feel nga appreciated ang la effort or di nila ma-feel nga hindi sila supported.
Yeah.
Hindi nyo kami mga lalaki isa ka bagay mo nang ginapangayo lang sa mon nga girlfriend or sa mon nga wife is respeto.
Yeah.
I-respect mo ang as long as sakto malang but you know
Yeah, actually, bro, it boils down
Or support.
to the each role of husband and wife. Like example, for men, right? You mentioned we want to be respected.
Mm.
But ladies will just respect us if they feel loved from us. Diba?
If mapakita natin sila respeto man kita.
Nga palangga.
Yes.
Palangga natin ng babae. Kasi syempre, diba, so the Bible says, husband, love your wives, and wives, submit to your husband. Something like that. So, kumaga, once we do our role in marriage, kumaga, it's like a give and take relationship.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, it's give
It's
and
a give
take,
and take.
but when
But
you're
again-
when you're there, it shouldn't be conditional. Huh?
Yeah, it
Shouldn't be conditional because if that's
Yeah.
the case, you're competing to each other.
Yes.
Whoever is higher. Okay, I'm giving more love. You're giving me less support.
Yeah.
So you end up beating each other's
Yeah.
shortcomings, which
Tapos,
is not.
may
That's
tendency
what the
na
Bible
kiss ang
says,
ano.
it's a command. It's not conditional. It's a command for husband to love their
Yes.
wives. And also, it is a command for you to submit to your
Because there's a
husband.
tendency that we
Yes.
really cannot follow it perfectly.
Yeah.
However, that's why there's non-negotiable and negotiable sa standards.
Ang masubo naman ng brother, in terms of sa pagpalangganay sa duwa ka tao. Tsakto itong mali ma'am ni Miss Dindy. Dandy nga
2 weeks na talaga kalipat pa sa ngalan nila. No?
Sorry na eh. Sorry naman eh.
Ako kakalipat mo.
Hindi kay ang kakumpit ka mo sa isa kag isa.
Yeah.
May tendency na for example ang girl naghatag sang effort, nagpakita sang effort sa guy. Tapos sa sobra kadako ang guy syempre mangita man nga paano na ano bla. I-top, you know, but kis aga ka short ang guy. Kakasalaan kisa ang guy. May mo nga senaryo kakabatian ko ning kakasalan kisa ang guy nga no nga ay bare minimum kay wala mo ginatupungan ang energy nga ginatagos mo. Hindi na mo na ya. Hindi na dapat
Yeah.
mo na principle mo. It's
Yeah.
hindi na love kay conditional kagali ang mag-love.
That's true.
Especially kung makita o man nga ga-effort lang man gito ang guy according sa masarangan sang laki nga na o masarangan sa babae nga na and pag-reciprocate sang imo nga efforts kag ano mo sa manabla kung ga-try man sa ka person nga mag-reciprocate ang energy nga ginano mo biskan di na matupungan according sa standard mo o sa expectation mo hindi ka magawa nga bare minimum na siya because you have no idea sa kung ano ang kakatabo behind the scene para lang ma-full pero mapalipay ka lang sa tao nga na.
Okay. Yeah, I agree with that, no. And it takes maturity, get
Mature.
both
Exactly.
persons. And as well as for us girls, we should really understand as well the guys. So, both understanding, get. Kasi may mga bagay na hindi talaga ma-fulfill ng guys. Especially like mga wants and needs, no.
Yeah.
But we should really understand as well the perspective sa guy na position. So, syempre, it really needs maturity then. So, before siguro I end this kind of point, mahahatag lang ko learning na, again, we should not really obsess with the standards na siniset natin for that person. But we should really discern if that standards will really please the Lord and glorify Him.
Yeah.
Since the standard is not for us. Standard talaga, it was actually set by the Lord through His Word. And you're actually meeting a flawed person, no? And no matter how perfect that person will be, still, it will not complete you. It will not complete us.
Exactly.
'Cause
Exactly.
you will be meeting a flawed person, not a
Yeah.
perfect person.
Yeah.
So we should always be mindful of that as we set our standard to that person. That's
Wow. Grabe. Na-notice ko lang, no?
And to add lang, do not judge if that person doesn't meet your standards. Do not lower him or her.
Pero depende sa standards.
Depende mo sa standard.
Base, na-fall siya sa non-negotiable.
Oh.
But you don't have the right to lower him or
Yeah.
her because there's always a room for growth. As what she said, we are all imperfect. So we have the process of our growth and our maturity. So maybe at this year, she or he is not like that. You don't know what happened next 2 years, and you will be amazed. You'll be amazed how God changed the heart of that person.
So, dapat ang standard dapat realistic man.
What are your negotiables, by the way? We're curious. What about your negotiables? Oh. Basta gusto mo mga gusto mo.
Ara pa kita subong
Yeah,
sa
okay.
ano sang standard.
Grab.
Oh.
Oh.
Knowing her.
Negotiables.
Ako, because I really like witty guys.
Yo, witty guys.
Yeah.
Yun.
Oo. Like, I'm actually really attracted with person na witty. Like, may conversation na maka-converse man ka mo bala, hindi nga, ay okay, next, duwa mo na. Diba parang ma-end na dayo ng topic, wala sang
Witty
conversation.
Kaya naman may substance, may kwaon
Wala
ka
ka
nga, ano.
substance na kwaon.
Oo.
But
Dapat,
it's actually really negotiable as well for me.
Witty
It's
guy.
negotiable.
Humor in short, di ba? May humor.
Humor is okay as well. And ako, I'm actually very obsessed with organizing. So, medyo... Oo, parang... like, I understand that guys are actually not... Parang hindi more on organizing stuff.
Bala ka mo na.
May mga may makapangilamos, may mga hindi may makapangilamos,
parang nature na nila. So, I really do understand if yung guy na ibibigay ni Lord is not fond of organizing, so ako na lang talaga mag-a-adjust.
And you have to be
It's
patient.
Importante wala BO. Importante wala BO. Okay lang kung medyo di organize ang bayo, pamisti, basta wala lang baho.
You have to be
It's
patient.
okay. Mm-mm. It's
Okay lang may
negotiable.
BO? I'm just kidding.
Nakawad na yun. Oo. Kalab.
Oo.
Oo.
Depende sa ano, sa... Hindi na
Oh, dapat marami ng hygiene, syempre. Oo,
Hygiene.
Hygiene.
Oo.
Yeah, hygiene.
Oo. There's a lot of negotiable things naman, but the
Oo.
non-negotiables are, for me, are the spiritual aspect of a guy. Dapat
Yeah.
mas matured siya compare sa akin,
Yes.
dominant siya compared sa akin, kasi medyo strong yung personality ko.
Okay.
And I'm kind of bossy when I'm in house, kasi most of the people there are actually guys.
Di ba, ano ka, eldest ka?
Eldest, yeah, I'm the
Ayun,
eldest.
kaya pala.
So medyo bossy ako when it comes to
Kaya
the
pala.
guys there. So it's okay.
Ikaw, miss, di ba? Eldest ka man. Okay.
Eldest
So,
ako.
mga dominant.
Ikaw yung
First-
brother, ano kaya?
Dominant.
Middle child ako eh. Usually mga eldest, they are the ones who have the dominant personalities.
Yes,
Eh,
it's
for me,
true, it's true, it's true.
Hipos lang ang youngest
Usually kami mga daw
Spoiled.
daw hindi lang umuna lang ano.
Pero lesson din sa girl na if eldest ka and you have that character of being dominant, you really need to pray harder.
Yeah.
Because it really takes a submissive heart.
Yeah.
Yeah, you really need to submit. Because if it's not molded in a way that you should submit, what if God will give you a meek man?
Yeah. Sige.
Ano to
Miss-
nga, ano?
Okay, the next point.
Next nga point?
Grabe, nagduga.
Okay.
Na-notice ko pala last week, nagdugay mo ta sa third point, no?
Oo. Pero actually, importante na siya
Oh,
na-discuss.
yes.
Oo.
Yes, it was
Standards.
great. It was a great
Sa
discussion.
standards, mo na.
Ikaw,
Oh,
miss.
negotiable.
Ako simple lang siguro. For me,
Simple ba? Simple but rock? Mga mo na. Ano man?
I mean, I mean, with all the things, the points na na-discuss natin, yung conclusion ko lang is do not enter in a relationship if you are incomplete.
Incomplete.
Mga INC.
Kasi those are, for me, it's a red flag. You are going in a relationship na you yourself is a red flag
Yes.
with your decision.
Hmm.
Kasi it will involve you push yourself,
Yeah.
time. It involve as well that you don't want to be lonely.
Yes.
It involve as well
Wala
that you
kang late night
compromise
talks,
your
mama na.
standard, your good standard, your non-negotiable standard.
Yeah.
And you're just looking for your missing piece
Mhm.
to someone.
Mhm.
Because, well, totoo naman that we as people, we are relational now.
Exactly.
But not to
Yes.
the point that we look that missing piece to other person.
Yes.
Because that person cannot really complete us.
Mm.
The lesson that I have learned with so much experiences from others and even to myself as well is don't force things.
Yeah.
Complete first yourself. Settle yourself first to God. Know that there's no one can complete you aside God. And then
Yeah.
things will just follow as you continue, as you press on to your life, being a woman or being a man. Yes, ganun. Kasi no one can replace that kind of love that God can give.
Wow.
Because later in our life, we don't know how your relationship end. Will it end to the altar or will it end to breakups? We don't know. So if that something requires ending, it breaks our heart so much. Especially if we really invest our all. 'Di ba? So, ayun, just a precaution lang.
Malakas yung
Precaution.
hugot ni Miss Dandy
Yes.
So,
I can feel it here. May sugpod, good brother. Wala ta nato na putang sa lista dire.
Ayo.
Mga sala nga rason sa pagsulod sa isa ka relationship area. Gusto mo mahil ka agad-agad from your previous heart aches.
Rebound.
Gusto mo lang maka-move on.
Oo. Doy mo
Mo nga panagitbutas ang isa o i-rebound.
Oo. Hindi man na siya manami.
Bis ka mga putot sa bunga pang rebound. It's just a hard time to
Grabe gini siya yun.
Pero I mean mga kabiyanan,
Siya
ang
yung
area heart to heart ko ni nga to mga listeners. Kung sino madira ang wala pa naka-move on from their past. Mga kabyanan, valid na siya nga sakit. Okay? Valid ang pain mo. You should take it very serious. I mean, gamba ka lang, sige lang, time heals, man ko, no? But actually, mga kabyanan, hindi na siya tuod. Really. Hindi makahilom ang chimpo sa... Hindi tanan nga pilas maayos ang chimpo. Ano lang ginimos ang chimpo? May mga pilas nga it takes time mabla. Tapos nga it takes time kag initiative mo gid dapat nga maghil ka, pili mo gid maghil ka, but not at the expense sa hearts ng iban nga tao. Wala man ay labot si mga past.
Correct.
Wala kay palamutod kay kung gadugo ka pa from your previous heartaches.
Yeah.
May tendency kang i-bleed out na sa tao nga gusto mo lang tani, gusto ko man lang tani palang gaon. So unfair na sa tao nga mapalangga si mo. Unfair na sa imo man myself kay hindi man na pwede nga dalo mo sa kantusan ng kogalingo mo together man sa tao nga wants nothing but kung ano man makamayo si mo. I guess na-gets niyo ko. So ang point ko man lang hindi ka mo magsulod sa ka relationship para lang makalimta mo tong natabo si mo sang una.
Okay.
O sang legal sa previous nga na. Because hindi matsakto ang sala sang isa pagit kasala.
Yes.
So, i-prioritize na niya yung healing. Kag prevent kid mag-fling-fling.
Yes.
Asa naman sa mga previous natin nga mga episode, brother, ambal natin learn new things, not new flings.
Yeah, learn new things.
New things,
not good.
Not new flings.
Nasakitan ka, that's normal. Masakitan ka, nibian ka, gaybi ka, months, weeks, months, years, normal na siya. We're not here to tell you nga dapat move on ka na, dapat mo na. No.
No, actually,
Lain-lain ang way sa pag-cope up sa mga tao when it comes sa mga heartbreaks. So we're just here, your mga titos, come together with your titas. Ngambal kami nga hindi magbinango.
Hindi
magbinango sa pagpili sa mga decisions sa lives. Nga ang cause na isang trauma man sa iban nga tao.
Yeah, exactly.
Na, so mo na siya.
Wala man siya.
I think there's not, amo ginang pinakatsakto guro nga balon ang di kita mapaka-stupid nga straight on tani nga gusto mo maka-move on ka at the expense of
someone's emotion.
sanity.
Someone's sanity, someone's
Tapos
life.
tira na masulod kaging kundi niya kaging buo, tira ko man siya bayaan.
Correct.
Gin-build mo lang, gin-build lang ka para buko mo siya kag ipasa mo siyang pain nga na karon sa
Agree.
patusod na kasang dragon nga
Your
chinilas.
Jabon na karon.
Wariama. Na umul-umul. So muna lang ang mga kauturan natin, I guess na-gets niyo ko biskan do sinto-sinto lang ko din magambal. There's a lot of things kung gusto ko balon pero I hope nakuha niyo yung punto ko.
Going back sa ginambali Miss Dandy kagina, I think you cannot be whole as a person. I mean, here's the thing. If you enter a relationship that and you're expecting that this relationship will make you whole, you're bound to be disappointed. Okay, I'm sorry to tell you that you're bound to be disappointed. Because being a relationship it does not guarantee that it will make you whole.
Nani.
And what's worse is that sometimes it's gonna make you, kumbaga ang opposite ang nagkakatabo. Right? Oo.
Disappointment.
So you can call your relationship as a happy pill.
Yeah.
But tandaan ang pills, temporal lang ng effect sa isa ka tao.
Exactly.
So-
Siguro, we are fun watching Disney. That's why we like
K-drama.
to fantasize.
K-drama, actually. And I mean, there's nothing wrong with watching K-drama. I'm not against that. But the problem is that what is being watched there, what they are showing, is that does not happen in reality. Right? It does not happen in reality. I mean, sino bala ang lalaki nga kung gaulanan tapos gaan mo payong ang babae? Di ba mo na?
Oo.
Usually makita
Mga
mo.
eksena sa Scarlet Heart, galuhod-luhod ang girl, tapos payungan sa sangkot.
Sabi ni Teach na
Oo.
you're setting wrong standard.
Wrong standard.
Oo. Payungan sangkot, paano kung nakaluab ang guy?
Oo.
Ano itaklobi sa girl, di ba?
Oo. Tapos di ba yung jacket ka, di ba?
Oh, jacket ka.
I mean, it doesn't happen in reality, okay?
Na may na siya matabo in real life
Yes,
nga may
we love that,
may mapayong sa imo, may ma-hold sa imo sa kamot mo, malakad-lakad mo sa baybay, mga scene nga do ka
Naka-romantic.
cinematic kuno kumbaga.
Cinematic, no.
Matabo na siya but expect mo na lang siguro hindi man gumalae magmanumdum sila pero ipundar mo man sa
Manage
sa
your-
reality ang imo nga mga expectations.
Manage your expectations.
Oh, manage your
And
expectations.
also, yung mga, this is what I really hate about it. Yung me, you against the world,
Nan.
it only happens in K-drama or maybe it happens in the movie. Right? But it does not happen. It does not work in real life. So, yes, nauna bala.
Depende man. May mga eksena mo, you and me against the world. Pero sigurado mo may kontraka mo. Sigurado mo nga against kasi kamo lang imagine may kontraka mo blaw. Ginabawalan nila kita mapalanggaanay. Di wala mo problema sa parents yung atuwa nga kaduha ka mo. No,
Yeah, that's true, di ba? Pero, yes, that's true.
Akon, in addition with Miss Dandy's reason kanina is you're meeting a flawed person. So, no relationship will complete you as a whole. Only the relationship with the Lord
Amen.
will complete you.
Yeah, exactly.
So, that's
And siguro advice din, no, sa mga friends,
Oh,
sa mga
friends na mo, dira
friends
ka
of
pamatay.
friends.
Nan.
Kapag yung friend natin is hurting and you are
If you're
putting
comfort-
yourself in a situation to comfort that friend, please please set boundaries. Yeah, please set boundaries.
Yeah.
If you know that that guy just came from
Heartbreak.
rejection
Oh, yeah, break up.
or break up, please don't feel the gap of I don't feel the chance of a genuine healing that should be happening lang sa guy. Do not put yourself in a situation to heal that guy.
May
Yeah.
tawag na.
Rehab ka girl.
Rehab.
Rehab ka, girl.
Wag
Ganun ka,
ganon
boy.
kasi temporary lang siya. And probably you're not the one that the guy is.
Hindi ikaw ang savior sa
Temporary
guy
lang
nga na.
yung shelter life
Yung
na.
same goes man sa mga babae.
Same din, no? Same.
No.
Both. Sa mga
Both.
friends of friends. Diba?
Yeah.
So, wag tayo sa ganun.
So sa mga guys nila, sa mga girls nila nga may kakilala sila nga Bet Manila nga ito Bet Maning guy example for example
Nasa standards.
pasok kaling na broken hearted ang girl nga na so to feeling mo do buitre kabla nga abangers lam la sa person nga nang ama pursue mo kay vulnerable siya mga sis kag brad respect mo muna nga times ang life nila nga
Yeah.
maghili sila
Sang
kay
hilo.
kung magsulod ka da ang wa sina karon do ka unfair man na kay ikaw ga fill in sang void sa heart nila
Yes,
tapos kung
correct.
mag-heal sila na find out nila ay okay
Yeah.
palangga talang kagali tungod out of convenience kay ara ka da sang kilanlanta ka.
Yeah. Exactly.
So masakit na kay bibi katawag-tawag ka sang mundo Tito.
And then, what will happen?
Okay lang man para may content kami pero pindisin nyo.
Ikaw nga nag-shelter, later on, wala na sang may ma-shelter si mo because kinbayang ka na.
Yeah.
Hinatag mo sa tanan mo nga to. Kung mag-inulan, ikaw yung basa pero siya yung mala.
Yeah.
Mm.
Mga wrong move na siya, mga tuto, mga nini.
Hindi magpaka-rehab.
Yeah.
Kag mga broken heart, hindi ka mo mangita sang rehab. Ang mo manang ginamba ko, gina.
God loves you,
The
so
only
love
rehab that we
yourself.
have, the only rehab that we have, I think it's God itself.
Yes,
God Himself. Yeah. Anyway, so hindi na tayo magpadugay. Let's wrap this up.
Hindi na tayo mapadugay, pareho sa ilang, wala nang dugay.
Yes, let's wrap this up. Kay nagadugay ng aton yung episode.
Naganami. After nagkaka-enjoy ka na mag-suryan, amot lang sa mga listener.
Amon sila. Basta natakano sila. Pero anyway, just like, yeah, it was a great episode with you guys. Let's wrap this up. Wrong reasons for entering in a relationship. Number 1, if your goal is not marriage, don't enter in a relationship. Yes. Don't enter in a relationship. If marriage is not the goal, so what else could be the goal? Okay. Number 2,
Timing.
timing. Yeah.
Mga gadali gid kito ginakarira gid ang mga bagay-bagay sa life. Dapat makapangasawa ka na, makapamana ka na. Una dapat may bata ka na win all. Tapos ma-request pag ina, tayo go pag ina ma-affam. Muna bla, gadali gid magpa-affam. Joke lang na, segue ko lang ng affam thingy. Pero muna mga dumigi na lagas sa life. Sala na sang rason ha.
Yes.
Di ni karera. So yun.
Yes. Number 3.
Standards.
Standards.
We are too obsessed with the standards that we have set to that person and thinking that he or she is the one without contemplating or asking for discernment from the Lord.
Amen. Amen. And the last one,
Incompleteness.
yeah, incompleteness. Okay.
Don't find healing sa imo kaabian. Please.
Yeah.
Find the right healing to God.
May isa pa gali.
Ang lasa to ng
Isa pa gali, oh.
hindi mo paggamito ng tao nga rehabilitation center mo. Sa mo na nga gusto mo na mag-move on, tapos mo na.
Yeah, tani nag-rehab ka na lang.
Oo man. Rehabilitation
Oo.
center.
Yes.
Orphanage.
Yeah.
Mga ginbayaan bla. Mga young adult orphanage na.
Wag ka
magpaka-hero.
Yes, alright. So, those are the 5 points that we have in today's episode. And yes, I think that's all for today's episode. And we are so happy to be with you for the
Yes.
past 2 weeks, past 2 episodes. Wow.
Wala sila puli-puli, dire sila nag-camp sa
nag-camp.
studio. Pag-abot na mo din may bonfire na, may gatiglang na.
Yes, yes. I mean, we do really appreciate your time with us for this episode. And yeah, I think hindi na kita magpadugay.
May mga gusto ka mong ibilin na messages,
yes,
mga malipot
any
lang nga.
last messages? Message for our listeners?
Enjoy your single life. It's but a moment.
Yeah.
Enjoy it while you're still single because you cannot go back the time.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Bottom line is, if you're single, you're in a relationship, you're in marriage, your life should give glory to God. So if you're not satisfied with your single life, how much more in your marriage life?
Amen.
Ayun.
Yun. Yun.
Bakudan.
Look namin, oh. If you're not satisfied with your single life, how much more with your marriage life?
Exactly.
Kanami. Yes. Yes, Miss Stitch.
Second is, don't take singleness as a punishment.
Don't take singleness as a punishment. Okay.
Singleness is a gift from the Lord.
Yeah.
So use that season to serve Him, to glorify Him. Use that season to grow more in the knowledge of the Lord.
Yeah.
And also, take that time to help as well your family. It will actually really help you to mature as well.
Yes. All right.
Don't take singleness as punishment.
As
Except na lang ya kung cheater kaya kag ginto kaya ti kung single ka katungod sa muna ti basi deserve.
Deserve.
Basi deserve niya mag single.
Yes. And anyway, so dira nagatapos ang amon nga episode for this week. Okay. But before we end, I'd like to inform you guys, please follow our Facebook page.
Oh,
At
maluoy na ka.
Yeah, maluoy. Makamasama ang Facebook page. Facebook page and also our YouTube channel.
Uy, may YouTube kita?
Yes, may YouTube channel kita.
Tud ka?
Yes.
Wala lang.
Just click our,
Gusto ko lang i-hype.
just click on the description below. And we are
Nice.
also, you can also listen to us through Google Podcast. Just click the description below.
May Spotify man kita, brother.
Yeah, Spotify.
Grabe.
Yes.
And we're doing this for free.
For free, yeah.
Baka naman.
Baka naman. But anyway, so you can listen to our, you can listen to us through our Facebook, YouTube channel, Google Podcasts, and just click the link on the description below.
And also, feel free nga mag-reach out sa amon sa pag-message sa amon sa, I don't know, sa may message thingy maka-chat sa ato ng mga kapatid sa sa Spotify or
Yeah, we can you reach out to us through our Facebook.
Facebook page. So,
Facebook page.
feel free nga mag-reach out sa amon sa amon nga Facebook page. But if concern mong imo nga identity,
You can just PM to us.
PM. Hindi bala man Japon ang ngalan, brother.
Hindi kita lang makita, Japon.
Kita lang makita Japon.
Kita lang makita. Hindi naman na Japon sila pagi
Sa bagay ba si madala sa tonsang sulat nga kapanukututang bla mo.
But
Just
anyway,
kidding.
so that's it. Again, this is Tito Jolo,
And this is your Tito Jico,
and this is
Miss Teach.
Miss
And-
Teach.
Miss Dandy.
yes, and you're listening to
Tito Talk.
Tito Talks.
Tito Talks. Nagsala ka pa.
Tito Talks.
Stocks. Hop, dubalano na.
Again, you're listening.
Liwat. Tarungon ta.
You're listening to
Tito
Talks.
Ayun.
Bye. Bye, everyone.
Maghalong.